Today's question is cloud or infrastructure? Infrastructure or cloud? Price or benefit? For a while I've been predicting that cloud computing is going to get cheaper. The cynics all say, yeah sure, IT getting cheaper? Well, actually, IT does keep getting cheaper. The cost of storage comes down, the cost of memory comes down, computers get cheaper. We keep asking them to do more, so we keep spending similar money, but we get more value out of the money we spend. Similarly with cloud, the more people that are using cloud, the cheaper cloud's getting. Just recently, Microsoft cut the cost of their cloud licensing by 20% in one step. Overnight, as of tomorrow, the cost will be 20% less on their enterprise plans. Now, that means that people who chose the solution 6 months ago, based on cost justification, suddenly have a benefit they didn't perceive before. If you look at the graph, I've put a line in for the cost of the infrastructure that you'd buy. I've also added a line above that for the added total cost of ownership, which includes a variable cost for ongoing maintenance. If you look at the new line here, you'll see that there's a decreasing cost for the equivalent service from a cloud computing environment. That decrease comes from factored in decreases in cost of cloud computing as more and more people adopt the technology. The downsizing of cost is dynamic based on the load created by the number of customers. And I think we can now see that this model is going to play out over the next 5 years, and that the early adopters of cloud technology who weren't quite sure about the cost justification are actually going to receive a greater benefit than they first anticipated, because they hadn't anticipated the rate at which the costs would come down. So today you're looking at purchasing cloud computing and you're not quite sure if the cost justification stacks up in your favour. What happens when you step 12 months out and take another 20% off that cost? Are you now miles ahead of your cost-benefit analysis, given that you're not going to have to replace your infrastructure again in 3 years' time, and you're not going to have to replace your licensing again in 3 years' time, and you're not going to have to put any additional services in? Chances are that you're going to be even further ahead than you thought when you take the long term into account. And so the monthly cost of your license fee and access rights to the cloud-based solution are going to put you miles ahead in the fairly short term, and definitely in the long term.